care way too much about what other people think. Alyssa allowed herself to destroy a relationship just because somebody said some stuff that she don't like. And she like, well, this person probably feel this way about me. They probably feel that way about me. I'm like, look, it don't even matter. Like, they don't have not one frame of reference of what you trying to accomplish in life. Like, it don't matter. Like, let them people be them.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me. Not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is D.A.J. McMullen. Before we get started, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all. We just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. How are we doing, Mac?
Man, it's been a hell of a 2 weeks, bro. A lot of things not going the way they supposed to go, but it's just it's part of the grind, part of the evolution. I just try not to let anything hold me down at this point, man.
I feel that.
What about yourself, man?
About the same, try not to get discouraged in the in this never ending cycle. It seems key point, it seems of
it definitely ends. You just gotta end it, bro.
Facts.
That's what I'm starting to learn. I'm starting to learn it the hard way again.
Yeah, it's because it's easy to just fall back into that and just like, all right, you tell yourself, and you can tell yourself that you're doing it for a better cause. The light is at the end of the tunnel, and, in XYZ, and you're just like, you've been driving this tunnel for miles, and you're just like, do I keep going? Do I stop? And it just it gets to you. It really does. But like this podcast, for example, and just all the people around you. Let them be your example. There is a light, it is a reason for you to keep moving forward, wishing, hoping, and, planning for better. You feel
me? Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, man. So, addressing the first elephant, been 2 weeks since we've been on the podcast. So, catch us up, man. What's been going on with you?
Other than, thinking of the topic, meditating on that, because it's so easy to get trapped up in that, listening to outside forces and like letting the world, you just conform into the world around you instead of doing your own thing and like breaking out from the social norm. Everybody's so quick to please others or just fall right into line of what's expected of you.
Yeah, that's a real thing, man. And what Marcus is referring to, man, like I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. And like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like I ain't on that whole, protect everybody's feelings and paint people in a good light and all that. Like if I got an opinion about something, this is the Dirty Trump podcast. I'm gonna talk about it. Like, I ain't on that whole sugarcoating anything. Like if I got a story, I'm gonna tell a story. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Like I ain't on all that. Like, cause if I feel like, and here's the thing, some people want to pussyfoot around challenges and stories that they have because it pertains to other people, whether you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings or you scared of what that person might think about how you talk about them. if they say it to you, it's part of your story. And what you look like diminishing your story because you afraid of what somebody else might think of you. Know what I'm saying? Like I had that conversation with Alyssa on multiple occasions because her book, as fire as her book is, bruh, she wanted to go back and change some stuff up because, she talked about her family in it and, how her family motivated her and inspired her through some of the challenges that they had. And I'm just like, yo, you are selfish for that. You stripping somebody of a good story that could help them in their situation. So, I like that's just me, bro. I just want to be 100% transparent about where everything come from. Like, and like for real, like people can probably listen back on this podcast. Ain't none of my stories random, bro. Like for real, like, but for real, I was having a conversation with moms, man, and I talked about it on multiple occasions, man. Me and my mom, we ain't really got that solid relationship. We ain't like, other people, mother and son relationships where, you mama's boy and all that other stuff like that. Like, I ain't really on that. No disrespect to the people who own that mama's boy stuff. I'm just glad that she raised me the way she did because she allowed me to break away from her as fast as I possibly could. You know what I'm saying? So like I've been on this thing where I'm just like, yo, I don't need you. Like for real, like you it's cool that we've been able to rebuild our relationship and all that other stuff, but like for real, I don't need you. Like for real. Because and just to put it out there, like my mom has been like from the beginning, she used to always make me feel guilty about certain things by saying stuff like, what did I do to deserve this? Or, what would you do if I wasn't here? Yeah, she used to always guilt trip me like that. So that shit always pissed me off, bro. Like I can't stand when people gaslight you like that. But anyway, we talking recently and she called and I don't know what I just happened to have a free moment to pick up. Like usually it's always like, all right, so yeah, she called and I gotta send her the voicemail and hit her back and just like, yo, I'm busy right now, let me call you back later. And this time I just happened to pick up the phone. And usually it's because I gotta mentally prepare myself for the conversation. I don't be feeling everything that she be talking about. Like she just very discouraging as a human being. It's like very negative. So like for real, we on the phone and she's like, it's been a while since I talked to you. I'm like, yeah, it has. Like I could make a better effort of calling or whatnot. And and I was just like, look, I'm just just out of just being decent human, I'm just like telling her everything that's been going on, just kind of, breaking down all the challenges that I've been having and, how much I've been working. And she continues to say, you should always relax. You should always rest and all these other things that broke people say to make themselves feel good about the fact that they're not making money. But she continues with these slogans, and I'm just like over there rolling my eyes. I'm just like, man, all right, yep, you right, yep. And she was like, yeah, you shouldn't work so hard. I'm like, but if I don't work hard, how's my daughter going to have a better life than I have? She said, well, it's not all about that. I was like, what is it all about then? What are you trying to tell me? What messages are we doing here? Like, what are you trying to teach me? I see you trying to teach me something. What are you trying to teach me? That it's okay to be poor. It's okay to be broke. It's okay to be, So I kind of went there with her. She got upset with me, and we kind of pulled back from the conversation a little bit, and he was like, well, you should. All I'm saying is you just shouldn't be spending all of your time working. I was like, all right, yeah. And then, we got silent. And then all of a sudden she asked me, so is Alyssa back at work yet?
Hmm.
And I said, no. Why would she be? And her answer was, well, you wouldn't have to work so hard if she went back to work. And I said, no, you're wrong about that. If she went back to work, I'd be working harder because I don't want her at work. Which that also started a whole new argument that, we can kind of go into. And
I guess I guess you. Let's not breeze past that first part. It's basically like, yo, don't be afraid to break away from anything that doesn't align with your peace, whether that be family, relationship, or whatever. If anything is blocking or adding on a like negative aspect to your life, to your dreams, to whatever you striving to be, cut it off. No matter what it is, cut it off.
That's
And
easier
then
said than done.
it is.
Because most people hear that what you just said, and they just like, yep, you right. And this moment, that person that they got in mind, like, because every time somebody say something like that, you got one person in mind, like, yeah, I do need to cut them off. Yeah, they right. And you just gonna keep on going back around this person. Yeah. You just gonna keep going.
But yeah, and secondly, like, yo, don't be afraid to stand up for your morals. Like Mac has a plan for his legacy, his wife, his kids, his future kids, and XYZ, and it he got it planned out, and this is set in stone. This is law. And other people, they would say, all right, this is what I want for my child, and they'll let anybody, their parents, come in and just like, well, I think they make little tweaks and suggestions and all this other stuff, and people just fall right along with it. And then soon you got this, you so strayed away because everybody done tweaked your GPS, and now you far off track of what you sought out to be. And it's just it irks me sometimes, because like, people really can't be their true selves out here because of situations like that. They're so easy to just fall right in line with, especially if they really, parents are mostly the ones that can do that, because it's you're so conditioned to, all right, well maybe they're right, they seem to have the best interest, my best interest at heart, but really they don't know your vision. They just
Hold up. Nah,
Mhm.
let's back up for a second. They said, love thy mother, love thy father, respect thy mother, respect thy father. The Bible said that,
Mhm.
Hey, and let's talk about that for a second. But the Bible kind of goes over that, so people kind of get that locked in their head. And
They do.
certain groups of individuals teach their children that. Certain groups, certain economical classes. We can go ahead and put it that way. Certain economical classes of certain religions, they kind of teach their kids that they should always listen to their parents, or Santa Claus ain't gonna bring them no toys on Christmas, God is gonna smite them, they're going to hell, things like that. And they look at themselves and they say, well, my parents got my best interests at heart. No, your parents don't got your best interests at heart. Your parents have their best interests at heart.
And it's wild. It's a very wild concept, because even in the scriptures, if you read the whole passage, it, and if you read the whole thing in general and understand what it's trying to say, yes, as a kid you honor thy mother and thy father, but as you get older, you become an adult, you put those childish things away and you become the, would it be the honoree, the one that's being honored instead of, the other way around, because you have to start your own, you have to be a parent and you have to do your own thing. You have to find your own relationship with Christ, with being successful, with just, you got to discover all of that on your own. At some point you have to leave the nest and do that stuff on your own. They can set you up for success, and then they set you with your foundation, your principles, your morals and all that, and then once it's time for them to step back, push you out the nest, then you go out, take all your teachings, and you continue the legacy. That's what it is. But we get stuck at listening to mom and dad in our 30s, 40s, and we just we be a forever child, basically.
Hey, real talk. Somebody tripped on me because I told them one time that I want to have a trust that influences the next generation and how the next generation operate in my family. And they criticized me because of that. And just like we were just saying, your parents want they have their best interests at heart. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell my daughters like straight up, like, yo, for real, like that ain't got nothing to do with me. But what you doing right here, this is how it affects me. And this is how we, if you won't do it that way, by all means, go ahead and do that. By all means, you grown. Take it how you want to take it, but there's always consequences to your actions. I want my kids to understand, like, yo, for real, like I'm not going to do it like my mom did it to me, but for real, like if you, because I built something, I spent a long time building something. I'm gonna make sure that it don't cost you nothing to for me to build it. But if you cost me in the process of you doing you, I'm gonna let you do you. But if you doing you is going to cost me something, I want you to know that I'm working within my best interest right now. That's the only time that you should be within your best interest when it comes to your kids. Like nobody should be like, okay, well, I don't want my kid to chase their dreams because they'll be far away from home, man. All right, all right. I'm stepping on some toes here. I'm stepping on some toes. My bad, my bad. Because you want to just hang around because it's comfortable there. It's you ain't got nothing. You ain't out in the world doing nothing scary when you just kind of huddled up under your parents' wing, man. You ain't doing nothing scary. Ain't nothing terrifying about that. So I just want my kids to know that I'm doing everything within my best interest. My best interest is I'm most interested in their success. But for real, like if they come through on some BS, then like we got a problem.
And a lot of parents aren't willing to set those boundaries. A lot of people ain't willing to set boundaries with their parents either. So that's why things like that keep happening. That's why generations keep cycling through that same routine, that same rut, and it just it gets worse each and every generation, and it's like nothing good comes from it. Nothing there's no one generation that just tops the other or anything like that. It's just never ending cycle of working a 9 to 5. It's a never ending cycle of getting in constant relationships where you're settling for the bare basics or what's around you, and there's no growth, just literally nothing but being stagnant. That's your whole legacy, just generation after generation of being stagnant, just falling like dominoes. Like there's no end to it. There's no big shebang at the end. It's just a never ending cycle. And it's crazy. It flipping baffles me, bro. Cause you can have all the inspiration in the world, right? You could have the $1 million lottery ticket, the thing that's gonna cure cancer, and it don't make it past your front door. It don't make it past your parents' front door because you don't
That may
aspire to be nothing.
that may actually, like, if you got the cure to cancer, like they might stuff like that. They are very okay with stuff like that. You know, as long as it involves school and a job, you good. But you talk about
You're
breaking
right.
tradition is what we're referring to. Like that's when you start ruffling feathers when you say like I'm not doing this. So like, you know, I'm getting out of the army because I'm not passionate about what I do for Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like I don't want to work for this job for 40 years. Stuff like I want to make more income and I want to do it without having 4 or 5 jobs.
Great job.
Stuff like I want to be able to chase opportunity. And if I had to leave this small town, I'm going to do what I need to do. Stuff like that, you know, or, you know, my family has a certain type when it comes to their relationships. I'm going to do something a little different.
Big facts. That's a big one. Ooh. Because surprisingly enough, in high school, there was a particular foreign student. She wanted to, be a social butterfly, spread her wings, do something out of the social norm, but her parents was like, "Nah, we don't do that. We don't do that." And she went right along with it. She settled. Didn't get the experience, the lifestyle or the experiences that she wanted. It was all based on, like we said, based on what her parents thought was in her best interest. And who's to say it's good or bad, but you know, what is that saying to your child? Like what does that do for the parent? Like you're setting all these obstacles, like obstacles plus the obstacles that, they already have to face in life in general. You're just putting more in front of them as they're going on their journey through life.
Man, I'm just thinking back on all of the conversations that I had growing up, bruh. And you know it's wild. Like I got way more encouragement outside of the house than I got inside the house growing up. That's some wild stuff there. Even to tell this day, bruh. And you know, maybe it's just because they always say that you're gonna get more encouragement, and people are going to support you more. The further away they are from your inner circle. And I have noticed that to be very true. The your inner circle, or who's in your inner circle at first, they ain't gonna be on nothing that you trying to do. Like I said, I told y'all already. Like for real, not one person, not one person from my past, other than Marcus, Alyssa, those are the only 2 people that I know personally who liking my stuff. And literally, within the last 20 days of has increased my following on TikTok at literally tenfold. Literally tenfold. Like I went from 110 followers to now it's 760. Like I went the tenfold for real. well, not tenfold literally, but you know, you get what I'm saying. Like
I
it,
got
it
you. I got you.
multiply. We
It's
multiplying.
Mm-hmm.
So in that group of people, like I got a whole bunch of people from my past. And you know, and like I said, I think I talked about it on the last episode, man. TikTok shows you who view your page.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a whole bunch of people that I know personally, went to high school with, known in the last 10 years, worked at previous jobs, looking at my profile. It's telling me that they viewing the profile. They're not liking nothing, they're not subscribing to nothing. They just viewing the profile and they getting off of that joker. They see everything that I'm doing, cannot support nothing that I'm working on. So like for real, um, you can listen to your parents all you want, man. But like for real, they just like those people. They viewing everything that you're doing, and they don't have absolutely nothing good to say about it if it ain't what they doing. That's what they want to see. They want to see you do what they do. The wrong group anyway. You know, some of y'all gifted enough, and you probably not listening to this podcast because you got your shit together. But you know, you some of y'all got parents who you know they from good situations. They you got parents that run their own businesses and stuff. So you know those people are going they okay. You know they gonna teach you right because they're not held down by the same standards, the same W-2 BS that most people that we talking about are going through right now.
And it's like the people we are talking to, if what we're saying don't spark something in you, at least listen to the point where we're telling you that you have to do this for the next generation. You gotta go hard, you gotta work hard, and just block out everything negative that's coming in, because if it don't start with you, it's not gonna start with anybody else, because you got to be the one to make that first step into bettering the legacy, because you the next ones to come are gonna catch hell trying to make it through whatever obstacles they got for what they need to do, because it's ridiculous out here right now. It's not getting better. No matter what you how you look at it, there's no other way to get out of the 9 to 5, to get out of blue collar, unless you do the things we're talking about. Just bump everybody else, bump your parents. It, like Max said, it is easier said than done, because we have been conditioned to listen to their father and their mother, honor their father and their mother, and take heed to the teachings or the words that they try to use to persuade us to do things a certain way. Because we hear it all the time. We're working, we're trying to do something like make music, do a sport, something that's not the 9 to 5. Well, maybe you should do this on the side, get a small part-time job on the side to help pay for this, taking time away from uh whatever dream you have. Maybe you should, you know, wait till you get into a secure position at XY job or something to start this little hobby of yours or whatever, or
The
the
little thing
list
you trying to
goes
do,
on.
the little
It's
thing you doing on the side.
the list is endless, and it's like, out of our community, out of whatever small town you're in, you see it, you hear it. 9 times out of 10, it's never anything positive. Oh, I see you. You playing the sax on the corner or something, or you playing the instrument, you playing the guitar on the corner or something. You should keep doing that. Sometime, someday, somebody's gonna pick you up and they just gonna, you know, take you on a world tour or something, or you know, if you record yourself doing this, you probably can get hooked up with a world tour or whatever. You don't see that. You don't hear that, especially around here. Because it's crazy enough, like we got this guy, he be walking. I don't even think he got a vehicle. He just be walking with his little guitar case, he set up someplace. You know, he just be playing. He'll ask, you know, people walking by like, what y'all want to hear. And I'm pretty
He a
sure.
real one. You know,
Yeah.
because you got some people with the speaker.
Oh, facts. Yep.
Some people got the speakers. That's just wow.
And I'm like, he's already well past some of us that are just out here just sitting on the sidelines at the job right now, wishing, hoping, man, I wish I can have some extra time to do XYZ. This man out here walking, ain't got a vehicle, doing what he loves and enjoying it. Cause I ain't seen a frown on this man's face yet. But yeah.
All right, man. Look, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out why people who haven't accomplished anything in life feel like they got all the answers.
Ooh.
Like I don't get that. And like, not only do that, do people who ain't got not one thing accomplished in life feel like they got all the answers, but the people who trying to accomplish something feel the need to listen to them. Like Alyssa, she, right, bless her heart, man. And I told y'all when we first started this, you know, this is about people who care way too much about what other people think. You know, Alyssa allowed herself to destroy a relationship just because somebody said some stuff that she don't like. And she like, well, this person probably feel this way about me. They probably feel that way about me. I'm like, look, it don't even matter. Like they don't have not one frame of reference of what you trying to accomplish in life. Like it don't matter. Like let them people do them. Like they know not what they do. They know not what they say. They don't understand what they have done by saying what they said. Like it's just not even relevant. So like, you know, you got people out here saying stuff and they talking to you every time you open your mouth to say what you're trying to do. Every time you open your mouth and say you want to accomplish something, you know, they listening and they're gonna regurgitate it back to you. The problem is that when they regurgitate it back to you, it ain't gonna sound like you said it. It gonna sound nothing like you said it. Like and it will show you somebody's level of understanding, how they reciprocate the information that you shared with them. Yeah. Like their mindset is going to allow them to, and it's only going to reflect where they are in their lives. So like if you're talking about making money without a job, and you tell that to somebody who's been working in corporate America for 40 years, subconsciously they're gonna shit all over that because for one thing, they can't fathom in their lifetime after spending 40 years of working a job that they can't stand, that you just think you're gonna just skip the whole process. They think the process is infinite. They think it's finite. The thing that they did, they think that thing is finite. They think that there's no way else to do it. That's why you hear people who are older and they've been working jobs forever. You know, we talked about the one guy from the Yellow Trucking Company, or we showed the video one time, and the guy, he was just literally just cussing his boss out like, yo, y'all wrong for this. Y'all took our money. And like, for real, like these people, they think that that's the only way. So you can't go have conversation with these people. I'm sorry. I don't care how much you love them. You want to see yourself get discouraged about what you're trying to do, go talk to one of your family members who've been working at their job for longer than you've been alive. See how that worked for you.
Yeah. And prime example are the other people out here that, you know, and they're out here. It's a bunch of them. You know, they a little old, but The people we talking about is the people that have retired twice, not once
That
but
fuck you
twice.
retired twice, bro. Like that's
Exactly.
sickening to me. That's sickening
They
to me, bro.
they thought it was no way else but to retire twice to be successful. Not even to be successful. I don't even think that if that would if that is what someone thinks success is, then
Bro,
it
success wasn't even on the agenda.
it won't.
They were not focused on success. They were focused on survival.
That is wild. And it's like you got people out here that literally think, like Max said, that is the only way, that it is set in stone that the only way to make a living, the only way to get ahead, or just to live is to work until retirement. And if that doesn't work, you're retired, but yet you got these side jobs, these part-time jobs where you can't work over a certain amount of hours. So you get multiple little side jobs to add up to one big job. And it's ridiculous, bro. It's insane. It is insane. But yep,
Bro,
that's the world we live in.
bro, I'm just so hurt by the whole thing, man. Cause like it's been a while since we talked about it. I but at the conversation's been almost 3 weeks now since cause we talked about it. Y'all already know we missed the episode last week. Whoop de doo. Um, but man, it's still a little bitter taste there, man. Like
Yeah.
the conversation, like it ain't been the same since. Like because it almost felt like it was a personal attack. Like you were, and for real. I don't know if it was meant to come off the way it came off, but it was almost like she was like accusing my wife or something, bruh. I ain't into that, dog. Like I'm part of the decision. Like what you talking about? Like you like I need to make her go back to work like it was her decision and she just at the house chilling. Bro, she raising a baby on her own on most days. I'm working 60 hours a week and she at home with the kid. Like, what are you talking about? She need to go back to work. She is working. She working a full-time fucking job. She working it more than I am. Because even when I'm at home, she's still working more than I am. What are you talking about? So I'm just like, yo, and I told her that, and it kind of the conversation got kind of strenuous, man. And I said, look, man, for real, I ain't got time to talk about this, nor do I want to actually talk about this. This is not up for debate. Like I don't know where you thought you were going with that, but this conversation ain't up to for debate. Like this ain't something that the community can agree on. Like we are talking about the matriarch and the patriarch of this dynasty. Your dynasty has already failed. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Like that is not our problem no more. So like for real, you can keep your opinions to yourself. Like that's where we at right now, man. It has been weird because like even now, Alyssa's like, yo, I feel some type of way about that, and I was like, I don't blame you. I really don't. Like we had this plan, and somebody just came up and was just making it seem like you were just out here just bullshitting.
That is because it's so much to unpack there. One, like everybody different, but I don't know why we compare ourselves and push that comparison piece so hard. Why older people put that comparison piece so hard? Because it's like this is your life. This is you. This is you guys. and then having somebody come in and just like like evaluate the situation. It's like, you're working, she's not. Maybe y'all
Well,
should,
my God, found the problem.
right? And I'm like,
What?
if that's like, right, you get a house. All right, boom, I get a house. This is my domain. I make the rules in my domain. This is my kingdom. Like you said, this is my dynasty. I make the rules here. These are my rules. I tell you my rules. And you're like, I don't think that should be a rule. I think it should be this way, It should be how the previous dynasty that fell. It should be just like that. It should be modeled after that. Nah, fam, nah. This is what we got going on. This is what we got here. If you don't like it, please exit through the drawbridge that way.
Swim through the moat.
He said at that point, you had disgrace to me, dishonor.
Cause we already put the gate up, so you gonna have to jump over the wall and swim through the moat. Good luck. It's 50 miles wide and there's crocodiles in it. Good luck.
It always baffled me how old heads would do that. Take a situation like, and it's they totally disregard that you sat down, you thought of it, you crunched the number. It's like you made this decision on a whim. They feel like you made this decision on a whim.
Right, bruh.
And I'm like, no, there was thought put behind it. Like if you, even if you don't even believe or trust it, just believe in me that I will figure it out along the way. It'd be none of that. It just be straight, like you said, just they straight put it down, negative, they just straight shit on it. Like nothing can just, they can't
My problem
at all.
My problem is that when it happens, like nobody seeks to understand the situation.
Ooh,
nobody seeks to understand the thought process that goes into making a decision like that. Because for real, if these people if they actually ask that question, like, so I don't really understand this. So can you explain it to me? Like, what's the plan here? Like, for real, those people can learn something. They can learn something. Like, even if they don't agree with what you're saying, like, at least we can have a conversation about it, a real sensible conversation about it, and you don't destroy the relationship by saying something stupid like your wife need to get a job because that's going to be able to allow me to see you more. Which in reality, we ain't got a relationship like that in the first place. So what even made you think that we would even go there?
That is,
I'm just so baffled at how
same.
And for real, me, I'm way past the point where I give a damn about how anybody think about my trajectory. I am, but like I saw how it affected my wife, and that's the part that really upset me, because when I told her, because she was like, okay, well, let me call her and just say hi to her, and she said she was coming over here tomorrow, and I'm like, okay, here's what you need to know, because this is the conversation we just had, and I don't know if she's gonna be coming over here on that stuff. So like, for real, we need to I don't know if you want to limit yourself. I don't know how you want to handle it, but that's the conversation we just had. So you take that how you want to take it, and you move forward how you want to move forward. I already laid my piece down, and she was like, "Yeah." With that being said, I don't know if I want to continue with this discussion anymore. I don't even know if I want to even have her around me, because, like, for real, I know her. Like, I grew up with the lady, so I know she gonna hit that button again, and I'm just trying to prevent a massacre. That's all I'm saying. I just try, and I'm definitely not. There's no middle to get caught in. So like for real, I'm just trying to protect the last shred of what we got what we got here. So you know, I'm already on the heels of being screwed over for most of my teen years. So like, you know, I don't want another reason to cut the cord.
Come on. But my thing is, and you said it within the message we were sending back and forth. Another piece was like how you be so motivated to live that lifestyle that Mac is gonna live, and the people that we're speaking, the people listening, you're listening because you have a idea in mind, you have a legacy you want to produce, and it's a burning passion of yours, but you fall into this wave of just conforming to what your parents want or what society around you want, but you call yourself, or you say that you're so motivated by this burning passion of yours, but yet you do nothing to move forward. You don't protect your peace. You don't set your foundation and build upon it. You build this shifty relationship with countless of people, and you let them direct you. You let them tell you that this is what you should go for because this is gonna produce you this much money. You should go for this job because this job pays this much. This job has this benefits, or whatever, whatever the excuse is of that error. Because Amazon is always hiring. There's warehouse jobs are always hiring. They're always willing to pick up people with.
I hear that so many times. Like, oh well, such and such is hired. I don't give a damn. Like, what the hell are you telling me for?
Jobs are always hiring.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a revolving door. Literally.
Like, the folks told us last time, it was like, oh, I don't know what your plan is, but such and such is hiring down here. And I was like, good for them. And she was like, she asked Alyssa, like, did he just say what I think he said? And she was like, he did. Yeah, but I'm just look, man. I just want to know when did it become taboo to have goals, bro? Like, did Jeff Bezos have to go through all this when he was putting in work on top of desk made out of doors, bro? Like, did he have to go through this when they were building Frankenstein computers and start Amazon? Like, for real, did he have to go through this? Like, for real, like, they were in the hallway, in the office building, in the hallway of the office building, not even in the office. They were just in the hallway of an office building with doors on top of center blocks, with Frankenstein computers on top of it, just tip tapping away at keyboards and clicking mice. Did anybody say that same thing to them? Like, I'm just saying, like, how are you looking at someone with the proof of concept of their business, and you're saying, so you just pretty much saying you just don't believe in shit I'm doing.
Basically.
You don't believe in me or nothing that I got going on.
Nope.
That's what I'm hearing.
Besides all your accomplishments, besides all the things that brought you this far. What you got going on, that little thing you doing over there, I don't think that's right. I don't think it's gonna bring you the success or the stability a 9 to 5, a blue collar job would bring you. If you was a doctor, lawyer, a judge, even, it's good work in that. It's very good work in that. You can help a lot of people. You can get paid a lot of money. It set you up for life. But that thing you doing over there, that little video game you making, that little book you writing, that little instrument you playing, I don't think you gonna go anywhere with that.
Yeah, it's funny. I talked to multiple soldiers today at work.
Soldiers, army,
Yeah,
military people. Okay, all right.
like,
What they talking about?
and I like to, whenever I'm having a conversation with a soldier, I try to tell them, just relate to them by telling them about my time when I was in the army, and I heard on multiple occasions today, because I told them, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, like I did my 8 years and I got out because I saw where my career was going, and I knew if I stayed in it, I would have been as good as I should have been. So I got out because I wanted to chase my dream. And like I said, and no matter how long it's taken, I don't regret the decision to do so. And everybody that I talk to, and these are actual soldiers in the army, in the Navy, in the Marines, they told me like, yeah, I can respect that. I can respect that, like for real. Like, these were all people who were going for that 20-year marketing plan. I didn't step on nothing that they were trying to do. You want to do 20 years, get your pension, by all means, go ahead if you got 20 years to spend. I don't have 20 years to spend. I promise you I don't. I didn't have 20 years to spend when I had 20 years to spend. So for real, I needed to get out here and learn it. But anyway, regardless, these people they were like in the army. One even in uniform at the time was like, "Yo, I completely get it," you know. And he was like, and he even said, "Yo, I'm not going to say something crazy like it's not for everybody." Like, did you enjoy your time in? I was like, "Hell yeah, most of it." And he was like, "Did you learn something? Did you learn from it?" I was like, hell yeah, I learned from it. It's like, all right, cool. You got out for a reason. Just make sure that you follow through. That was the end of it. He said, I respect that. Fist bumped me, moved on. But for real, all family, he that boy ain't no good. He ain't staying 20 years. He ain't gonna get that check. 20 years, man. You ain't stay in. You got out too early. You failed. Like, for real, this is stuff that I heard from my family. Wow. And it's wild because I ain't got many people who in my family who actually serve.
So how they gonna tell you which?
And that's the point that's the point that I'm trying to make, because people were straight up, they were straight up trying to dictate what you are looking to do, and they have no knowledge of it. Like, what do I look like? What would I look like telling Marcus about all the hot spots in Lawrenceville, and I only been there once or twice? I don't know where shit at in Lawrenceville, but I'm sitting here having a conversation with him about where all the good stuff is at, who all live there, all this other stuff. I ain't been there. I wouldn't know. I'm trying to get him turn by turn directions from the phone from his house to get to Walmart. I don't fucking know. He know way better than I do how to get to Walmart from his house, but I'm sitting on the phone trying to tell him how to get there, turn by turn directions. That's what it looked like when people try to talk you out of your dreams. They ain't never been there. They don't have absolutely not one clue of what you're trying to do.
I feel that. Yeah. And it's like another example is like, you trying to go on a vacation or something somewhere, and you get all this flack about why you want to go there. This place ain't. I'm like, have you been there? The situation when y'all went to Mexico.
Everybody.
Everybody had something crazy to say.
Everybody. Don't drink the water. Don't step
Ain't
out.
nobody
Don't
been
get
there.
out the car. Ain't nobody ever been to Mexico. I ain't even been out the state.
And that really goes to show that just puts a spotlight on, nobody is gonna again see your vision like you see it. Nobody's gonna see your path, see your journey, see your passion. They're not gonna be passionate about it like you're passionate about it. They're not gonna see what you can do if you put 10 plus years into this bad boy. They ain't gonna see that because they don't know nothing like that.
Yeah.
They haven't put 10 plus years in their passion to even have a relatable comparison to what you got going on.
Mm.
But yet, soon as that venom spews out their mouth about, oh, you shouldn't do that. You accept it. You let it take effect of you. You put it in the back of your mind, and then when you're doing it, once you did a couple of months in it and you don't see the results that you want, you like, maybe they right. Maybe they right. No.
Maybe they, yeah, absolutely.
Put the time in, put the effort in. The same time they telling you to put in that job, you put that in your passion, Max said it. You'll get tenfold back. You put 10 plus years, hell, you probably put half the time in. You put 5 plus years, two plus years into social media jank. TikTok even. TikTok's real popular right now. Put 2 plus years in TikTok. Just random video. They don't even have to be of substance. Just see what TikTok will do for you. I seen a video recently. A lady was like, if you got like a 2-piece household, right? You got a household going on. You got 2 people living in that household. Somebody should be working and somebody should be focused on social media alone. So TikTok preferably alone. She was like, she hasn't paid for anything since she been on TikTok for a long time. They supplied all. She got a little following or whatever. They're giving her free stuff just to try out and then make a couple videos about it. And do that with your passion. Find groups, find whatever you need to just dive into it, put some time into it, and just see what comes out of it. And I swear it motivates you to just keep on going.
All right. Yep. I mean, there ain't too much we can say about that, bro. Like, I feel like that was a good ending point there. You know, in the effort to not start a whole new conversation about something else, I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut up about the next point that I was going to do. But I saw something recently. I work in the power sports industry, so like I come across a lot of people who talk about how they want stuff, but just saying, like, I just recently seen somebody who and I'll talk about it on the next. Well, we'll talk about it and see if it's good enough topic for the next episode, Mark. It really hurt me when I saw this. But just said, like, people want stuff, but they don't really put in the effort of trying to get it, dog. So like, I just wanted to go there. And I was about to throw it out there for this episode, but I completely forgot that we didn't even make it on the pod last week. So yeah, man. But yeah, that was a good ending, man. I ain't got nothing else. I'm over here like struggling right now, bro.
Okay.
I'm over here struggling.
Well, speaking of struggling, it's all a part of the grind. It is for some reason, I don't know why, you know, people's parents, people's loved ones, they're like, yo, just keep your head down and go for what's easy, what's the social norm. You know, it's like they want us to shy away or be afraid of the struggle, but the struggle is what builds your character, is what makes that foundation strong. Because once you overcome it, there's nothing else stopping you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is D.A.J. McMullen. And before we go, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all. And always remember that those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.